assignment set was to demonstrate our knowledge of cross-curricular planning. We began by putting all of our work onto a wiki. From this we developed a mind map and a PowerPoint, which can be seen in our appendices. These then formed the basis of our presentation. Cross-curricular teaching offers a creative way to develop children's knowledge, skills and understanding while motivating them to learn through stimulating, interconnected topics. There are advantages and disadvantages to cross-curricular teaching, which Lisa and Roxy will now debate.
There are three main advantages to cross-curricular teaching, and there are also many others. Firstly, it gives the children a holistic view of the world. Secondly, there's a flexibility of timetabling, allowing for more work. And also providing a context for collaborative learning, which children need experience of.
However, there are disadvantages. The teaching could be directed in the teacher's interests and limited by their enthusiasms rather than the children's. The links between different areas studies are sometimes very contrived and artificial, and the breadth and balance of the curriculum can be at risk. Some areas can be studied in great detail, whilst others can be very superficial.
The topic we have chosen is World War II. We have chosen to teach the topic to Key Stage 2 children, and in particular, Year 4. The reason for this is it's a very broad area and we can adapt it to suit the learning we want the children to achieve. Our main emphasis is on the Blitz, evacuation and Anne Frank. Lisa and Roxy will now elaborate on this.
The topic has a humanities base with a focus on history, in which we discuss the Blitz and evacuation. The main activities will include creating a timeline of events, letter writing, role play, and creating documents such as name labels and ration books. This has a strong link to literacy, in which children will study the diary of Anne Frank. They'll be creating their own diary entries and then moving on to script writing in small groups. Throughout the plan, speaking and listening will be a key element, such as listening to extracts from Goodnight Mr. Tom and devising questions to ask a child from the war, in which a visitor who is a child in World War II will come into the class to answer the questions. In geography, the main theme is improving and developing map reading skills that the children already have. They'll also be using maps and photos to identify why large cities were bombed during the war.
Numeracy also takes a strong link, which our main focus will be money. We're putting this into context by linking it to the rationing. Children will also use ration books to claim fruit for like fruit times and things like that. Looking at art, we'll be looking at propaganda posters such as the Dig for Victory, creating their own, linking it to the slogans within literacy. Also looking at the artists Kandinsky, Klee and Kirchner, which were all banned by the Nazis, and looking at why these were banned, and also creating their own examples of this, improving their painting and art skills. PE and music are very closely linked together. PE, one of the strands would be looking at dance and looking at expressive dancing, mimicking planes, bombs and explosions. That will encompass all learning styles because they'll be working as individuals, pairs, groups and as a whole class having input. With the music, they'll also be looking at sounds of the war, with creating these using their bodies, voice and instruments. With design and technology, we'll be looking at textiles and food technology. In food technology, it will be linking in with history and with a numeracy link as well also, with making recipes where they'll be looking at rationing and also using their skills of moving scales and weight. In textiles, they'll be making pockets out of old clothing to link with the mend and make do philosophy that they have in World War II. ICT won't be used as a main subject, it will be used as a tool for learning. This is our way of achieving breadth and balance within our curriculum. Science is also a standalone subject, as this does not have any strong links with the topic. And PSHE is linked throughout, but all very closely linked to its main theme of relationships and opinions of others, because that's quite closely linked with history.
School trips to either Stillington or the Imperial War Museum at Duxford would consolidate learning for all pupils, encompassing all learning styles and needs. Personalising the curriculum means finding the right challenges for pupils and addressing their particular needs, so all have the equal opportunity to succeed. This was taken from the DCSF website. For children with English as an additional language, additional support from a TA or translator will be used. Work can be made more hands-on, so therefore the dependence on the level of English isn't so high. Gifted and talented children, extra work will be set to challenge and extend the children's learning. For example, during a hot seating activity, these children would show their capabilities of engaging and taking on a role of a character higher than other children would. Special educational needs, additional support will be used for these children, such as TAs and parents.